told you this before, but I was a teacher for a long time. So as a teacher, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking to myself, you need to get moving a little bit. Like you need to get your body moving so your brain will start working again, okay? So what I'd like to do is play a little game that's going to help me understand you better. It's called the handshake game. Have you ever played that handshake game? Okay, I'm going to give you a type of handshake, okay? And then I'm going to tell you to find someone that's not in your youth group. Settle down. It's going to be fine. And then I'm going to give you a question, okay? Your job is to remember that person. Remember who it is, because I'm going to call you back to that person later. What's your job? That's right. Good. Okay, here we go. The handshake is just a simple high five. Okay, and I want you to find the person. Ready? Go. Make sure you're just with one person, you and another. If you're not with someone, I can see you. Move it. All right, make sure you're standing up and looking at the person. Make sure you're standing up and looking at the person. Now clap once, twice, 4 times. This is the question, and I really want good answers because it's going to help me understand where you are. What does it mean, and I want to hear, both of you need to speak. What does it mean to be a woman of God? What does that even mean? Go. Seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 2, 1. Raise your hand if you think you have a good answer. All right, I'm going to go with you. Come on up. You and your partner up. You and your partner up. And then blonde hair, not blonde hair. You have a yellow shirt on. Come on up. All right, ready? Come up here real quick. Fast, fast, fast. Run like the wind. Not really, but fast would be good. Sit somewhere. Sit where you are. Sit. I like making people like uncomfortable. Just sit where you are. It's going to be all right. All right, what's your name?
Claudia.
Okay, Claudia's going to speak. Ready? I'll know you're ready when you're silent. Awesome, thank you. Okay, Claudia, what's your answer?
To be a woman of God is to follow God's commandments and really like save yourself for your husband and do what God asks you to do and just really believe in him, and if there's something wrong, give it really to him. Okay, Claudia, good. You want to say something?
I'm Sydney, also using Mary as your guide.
Oh, I love that. Y'all can just take it, and I'm going to go sit down. Okay, good.
We said to be pure and do what God created you to do.
Okay, awesome.
To be full of love.
To have babies.
To pray.
All true. All true. Great, ladies, have a seat. Remember your partner. Look her in the eyes because you're going to have to come back to her. If you don't move across the room, you're cheating. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater if you don't move across the room. Go to the other side of the room if you stay in a large blue blob, then I know, okay? All right, so make sure you go across the room to meet someone different. And the handshake is a foot shake, which is simply reach around and you shake their foot. Ready? Find someone across the room. Go. What's up? Find someone in 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2. Clap once, 10 times. Look them in their eye. Look them in their eye. Have a real conversation. This is the question. I'll know you're ready when you're silent. What is the most, and be honest, what is the most difficult part about being a woman of God? Go. All right, here we go. Clap once, twice. Okay, what's your name first?
Megan.
Megan. What's the most difficult thing, Megan?
I think that like how the world like perceives women, especially in the social media, like
That's good, Megan.
What she said. Oh, well, she's saying it.
I'm Taylor, and I said periods.
Periods, period. Okay, ready?
I'm Michelle, and
I'm Christina.
we both said peer pressure,
Okay, peer pressure. Can you be more specific?
like trying to fit in with everyone, like all your friends, and doing what they say.
Okay, trying to fit in with all your friends and do what they say.
Hi, I'm Amelia, and I said insecurities. I'm Kateri. I said vulnerability.
I'm Kelsey, and I said purity.
What'd you say, purity?
I'm Madonna, and I said being chased.
I just called her up here because she talked to me earlier, and isn't her accent so cool? Seriously, it really is. All truth. Go, ladies, go. All right, ready? I want you to find the third person, the last person. This is it. Make sure they're from a different state. Michigan, you're going to struggle. Ready? Go. Fix to give it to you. Settle down. Clap once, twice. There are some women surrounding me who are pressuring me out. I was fixing to give you the question. Calm it down. The question is this. Settle down. Look at her. She's like, the question is this. What is the most beautiful and wonderful thing about being a woman of God? You. Two back. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. Very back on the bleachers, yes. All right, I got them all. I didn't give you the handshake. That's what I didn't give you. Oh, well. Life goes on. I think I have 4 groups already. If they just would get here. I know, I forgot the handshake. It was the fist. There you go, you did it. You did it, yeah. I think I already called 4 groups, yep. Make it quick, ladies. I volunteer as tribute. All right, I'm going to start. You ready? Clap twice. 6 times.
My name's Leanna, and I would say the most beautiful thing would be able to have children and do what God has planned for you.
Good job.
I was just gonna say like starting a family, like getting married, having children, and following as well.
Is it joint answer?
That we're all made in God's image and we're all unique.
I'm Gabby, and I said that like being an example because we're like the mother figure, I guess.
I said being able to be modest and wear like nice clothes at the same time.
And wear nice clothes at the same time. That's what she said.
I'm Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi. And we said that it's bringing children into the world.
And giving them to God.
Oh, good. I love that clarity at the end. Hey. She said not just bringing children into the world, but giving them to God. And I think that's a very distinct thing to say. Good.
I'm Casey, and I'm from Paris.
France? Just kidding. JK.
But we thought of how a woman can stay chaste herself and about how she brings children into the world. So, and a woman can decide if she wants to stay chaste or not. So it's her decision to keep her flower to herself.
Awesome. Good.
I just said the same thing she said.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Have a seat. Have a seat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to start by saying very clearly, well, thanks for your answers, and it helps me. I'm a very, very honest person. I'm the kind of person, like, I may be on a stage, I may be talking to 2,000 people, but I'm not going to be not who I am, okay? I'm always going to be who I am. And I think you know that. Do you believe that of me? Okay, good. When Steubenville Conference people called me and said, we'd like for you to do a presentation to women, with women, for women, about women, and about being made for more, I really started this internal dialogue in my head. And I thought to myself, how is that even possible? I've been to women talks. I've been to Steubenville tons of times and seen women talks. But in my mind, the issue is so complex, and there's so many of you that are so unique. And my style is to speak directly to you and really catch your heart. Like, that's what I want to do. So I have to say to you first that I see you. And more importantly, I love this cross, that Jesus Christ sees you. And I think that's important. From the words I heard here, I think that's important. And let me tell you what I see clearly. I see women, young girls, in this room who struggle because their first sexual experience may not have been their choice. Polls and stuff like that tell us that 1 in 4 women have a sexual experience that's not theirs by the time they're 18, which means molestation, rape, etc. So when I just want you to know that I see that. And I see that you struggle because you don't know how to be a woman and a pure and chaste woman because that clouds your mind. Shake your head if you understand what I'm talking about. For some of us, it happened so young that you didn't know what was happening. So you just have brief images of it. And there are many young women that I deal with in my daily life that struggle with that. Some of you, it happened and you were aware of what was happening. So you would deal with the guilt of that. And you struggle daily with it. I see that. But I want you to know that also what I see are young women who are so unbelievably afraid, who are completely invisible, who are quite the opposite of the people who have been sexually violated, the people who feel like who've never been touched, who feel completely invisible. Does that make sense to you? So invisible that they may be making moral decisions in their life, bad moral decisions, poor moral decisions, because they feel like if they don't, they will simply melt away. That's a complex idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? If they don't make the decision, then no one will see them at all. So they make the bad decision. Shake your head if you know what I'm talking about. I also see women who are not just loved, but who are well loved, who get lots of attention from their families and their parents and their peers. Women who are so loved that it suffocates them at times. And so they make bad or poor or weak moral decisions just to prove that they claim themselves as their own. Shake your head if you understand what I'm talking about. So when I look out at you, it is difficult for me to even think about speaking about this. Because you are so diverse. And I don't play pretends. So I don't look at you and say, oh, you're all such beautiful little angels and unicorns and rainbows and all is well. I don't. I have 5 young women who follow me around, who do ministry with me. And they all come from those different angles. And they see life in that way. So the best I got to give you is 2 images or 2 Marys of our 2 Marys. Mary at the well and Mary the Mother of God. And I think these 2 Marys speak to who we're called to be as women. Okay, and I'm going to do a little test first. You don't mind me doing that? I really need 3 volunteers. It needs to be people, let me be clear, who are very brave. People who would do things that I asked them to do. Okay, you stood up. 1, 2. 3, orange shirt. Yeah, where are you from?
Michigan, Manton, Michigan.
Awesome. Where are you from? What's your name? I didn't ask your name. What's your name?
Lily Rule.
Lily, I love it. Okay.
I'm Diana, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, Diana from Cleveland.
Olivia Greco, Dayton, Ohio, Immaculate Conception.
Okay.
I'm Danielle Woso. I'm from Taylor Mill, Kentucky.
She's from Taylor Mill, Kentucky. I love it. Okay, I got 4 women. I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. All right. Just a simple test. And I like to use images to show you what I'm trying to teach you. Without smelling what's in that. And I'm just a simple question. Would you please drink it? Like all of it, sure. Or no, just some of it. Just drink it. Okay? Don't say anything about it. Put it down. Stand right here. I'm just going to keep okay. All right, go ahead. No, go ahead. This is perfect. Thank you, Lily. All right? Do you want to talk about it, or are you good? Okay, good. This is working out better than I could have dreamed. Go ahead. Okay. You want to talk about it, or are you good? I just want you to drink this, one of these.
I have the least germs, so take mine. I have the least germs. I'm very clean.
She said she's very clean. She has the least germs. Okay, thank you. Just have a seat. I cannot believe that just happened. Have a seat. And you're like, what did she just do? I had like a whole dialogue in my head of how I was going to convince them to drink that water, to drink those sodas. And I didn't even have to say a word. No, and you can laugh about that and clap about it, but I'm serious. This is a big deal to me. We will do anything to please another person and make them happy. All I had to do, psych, we're trying to bring psych back, work on it. All I had to do was say, would you please drink that? And she said, absolutely. The next person that came, did I have to say a thing? Why did she do it? Because the person in front of her did it. The third person, did I have to say anything? Nope. The fourth person, why was she concerned? There might be germs, right? There might be germs. And then what did her peer say to her? No, I have the least germs. It's okay. Go ahead. Drink it. And then what did she do? We are unbelievably the women at the well. And we will drink whatever comes to us, whatever type of liquid comes to us. Simply, and this is our biggest thing, and I want you to hear when I say this. I live with real women in my life. I'm like my husband, poor thing, is blessed among women. Literally, I have 20 women, like always around me at all times. Listen, look at me in my eyes when I say this. Do not drink the water. Do not drink the water just because it makes another person happy. Don't do it. Like, if you walk away with just that, like, it is okay. Listen to me. It is okay to say, what's in this, Miss Stephanie? It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to defend yourself. When you tell me, Miss Stephanie, I want to be chased. I mean, how many people said that? Miss Stephanie, I want to be chased. That's what I want to do. And I call you up here and you drink whatever water I give you, you're lying to me. I don't mean to be mean, but I am a mom. And I'm a tricky mom. Poor Emma and Abby. Because I'd pull this off in my house in a minute. Don't drink the water just because it's there. Don't drink the water because someone said please. Don't drink the water because someone was nice. Don't drink the water because someone might get their feelings hurt if you don't. In situations that call us to sexual purity, most girls, and this is not scientific, this is totally Stephanie being a minister for 15 to 20 years. Girls say yes because they don't want the guy to feel, they want to make him happy. Because, yeah, we want to make him happy. Or two, because we don't want him to be disappointed in us. Or three, because someone else did it, so it should be okay. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. It just happened. You understand what I'm saying? There is a scripture about this. And Bob kind of stole it from me last night, but I'm going to read it to you again. And is it going to be a long one? Yeah. And I want you to listen to the whole thing. A woman of Samaria came to drink water. Jesus said to her, "Give me a drink." His disciple has gone to the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "How can you, a Jew, ask me, a Samaritan, for a drink?" Jesus answered and said to her, "If you knew the gift of God and who was saying to you, 'Give me a drink,' you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." The woman said to him, "Sir, You do not even have a bucket, and the cistern is deep. Where then can you give this living water?" The woman said to him, "Sir," that's a lie, I just said that. Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us a cistern and drank from it himself with his children and his flocks?" Jesus answered and said to him, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I shall give will never thirst. The water I shall give will become in him a spring of water, welling up in eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water, so that I may not be thirsty or have to come here to draw water." Jesus said to her, "Go call your husband and come back." The woman answered and said to him, "I do not have a husband." Jesus answered her, "You are right in saying, 'I do not have a husband.' For you have had 5 husbands, and one you have now is not even your husband. What you have said is true." The woman said to him, "Sir, I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but your people say that the place of worship is in Jerusalem." Jesus said to her, "Believe me, woman, the hour is coming when you will worship the Father neither on the mountain nor in Jerusalem. Your people worship what they do not understand. Your people worship what they do not understand. We worship what we understand, because salvation is from the Jews. But the hour is coming, and it is near, when true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. And indeed, the Father seeks such people to worship him." The woman said to him, "I know that the Messiah is coming, the one they call the Anointed. And he comes, and when he comes, he will tell me everything." Jesus said to her, "I am he, the one who is speaking with you." Can you play the video, please?
I'm a woman of no distinction, of little importance. I'm a woman of no reputation, save that which is bad. You whisper as I pass by and cast your judgmental glances, but you don't take the time to look at me or get to know me. For to be known is to be loved, and to be loved is to be known. And otherwise, what is the point of doing either one of them in the first place? I want to be known. I want someone to look me in my face and see more than just 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, and 2 ears. But to see all of me and all that I could be, all of my hopes, loves, fears. But that's too much to hope for, to wish for, to pray for. So I don't. Not anymore. Now I keep it to myself. And by that, I mean the pain. The pain that keeps me in my own private jail. The pain that has brought me here at midday to this well. To ask of a drink is no big deal. But to ask it of me, a woman unclean, ashamed, used and abused, outcast, a failure, a disappointment, a sinner. No drink passing from these hands to your lips could ever be refreshing, only condemning. And as I'm sure you condemn me now, but you don't. You are a man of no distinction, but of the utmost importance. A man of little reputation, at least so far. You whisper to me and tell me to my face what all those glances have been about. You take the time to look at me, but you don't need to get to know me. To be known is to be loved, and to be loved is to be known. And you know me. You actually know me. All of me, everything about me, every thought inside, every hair on the top of my head, every hurt stored up, every hope, every dread, all of my past and future. You know all that I am and could be. You tell me everything. You tell me about me. That which is spoken from another would certainly bring hate and condemnation. Coming from you, it brings love, mercy, grace, hope, salvation. I have heard of one who was to come to save a wretch like me. And now here in my presence, you say, I am he. To be known is to be loved, and to be loved is to be known. And I just met you, but I love you. I don't know you, but I want to get to. I must run back to town. This is way too much just for me. There are others, brothers, sisters, lovers, haters, the good and the bad, the sinners and the saints, who need to see what you've shown me, to hear what you've told me, who needs to taste what you gave me, and to feel how you forgave me. To be known is to be loved, and to be loved is to be known. They all need it. We all do. We need it for our own.
When you go home, Google or whatever, I don't know, whatever your preference is, Woman at the Well. That's not exactly the one that I had prepped, but that was exactly the words that the woman used. So go and look it up because it's really beautiful. The first struggle that the woman at the well has is with her image. That's why she goes at midday. And that's why she's drank from so many wells. So my first challenge for you is going to be image. But it's a complex one because your attachment to beauty is there for a reason. Our natural yearning as women is to be loved. There is nothing more that we want than to be loved. Am I right? There's nothing, not even Twinkies, that I want more to come back than love. To be loved, to be really known, and to really be loved. So I will do anything to do that. And when I don't feel it from Jesus Christ, I'll look for a different place to receive it. And then when I don't receive it because I can't physically feel it from Jesus, I will decorate my body or critique my body or struggle with my body and the way I look and say that because of it, I am not loved. Am I wrong? You are called. And if you could get this at this young age, it will be a big deal to let go of that. I'm going to tell you when I did. And it was a pretty darn big deal for me. Because we as women can't get to Jesus and even look at him at the well until we can look up. Because we get in our own brain, right? And we're like, oh, I can't, he wouldn't want to see me. Not like anyone else wants to see me. When I was in the 10th grade or 11th grade, I really was struggling with my image. I was always overweight. I struggled with it. One day I was at my locker, and again, because administration is addicted to the alphabet, I was here, Stephanie Kluot, and my friend Chris Coleman was below me in his locker. Chris Coleman was very different than I was. First of all, he had many friends that liked him. He was funny. He was a natural leader. Chris Coleman was different from me, though, as well, because he was born into a very poor area of our town. He was also different because he was an African-American young man, and in the South, his world was different than my world. He was also different from me because he had cerebral palsy, and he lived in a chair. And his legs were turned in, and his arms were turned in, and his neck was turned this way. So every day that I had known Chris, and we become really, really close friends because of the addiction to the alphabet that the teachers have, that we had become really good friends. And so he had gotten to know me and my insecurities a little bit. And one day I was at my locker, and I would like to say to you that I was just crying. Like, it was really cute, and I was crying, and it was so sweet. It wasn't like that. It was like a snot cry, where the snot like comes out, like all orifices of your body. It's bad. But I, being me, was like, no one notices. No one even sees me, right? No one notices. Chris said to me, hey, Steph, could you roll me to my next class? Because Chris didn't have one of those fancy wheelchairs that rolled him that he could just press. Because he was a poor kind of guy, we had to actually roll him. And his arms didn't work as well as he needed them to work. And so I said yes, sure. And I'm going to tell you the reason I said yes. The reason I said yes because I could be tardy. Because we couldn't go until the tardy bell rang, and so I was like, I'm in. I'll do that. Because I'm bad. I am. I was not a great student. It's the truth. When the tardy bell rang, everyone cleared the halls, and it was a really big public high school, and so the halls were really long. And so I did what you would have done, and I rolled him at the highest speed that I possibly can. Because the teachers didn't know because they were check and roll. So I was just like rolling him. And we were like mock speeding it, and there was like wind, and it was just great. Well, what I forgot about Chris was that he liked to make fun of people who could walk by taking the brake of the wheelchair and pulling it up right when you were full speed. I forgot that. And so as I'm pushing him at full speed, he pulls up his brake. And it would have been cute if I fell beside him, but I didn't. I fell like right on top of him. It was like awkward, awful. And he said, when I kind of got my bearing, he said, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. I'm good, man. I'm good. He said, no, what's wrong with you? I said, no, man, I'm good. He said, no, what is wrong with you? And he said it so strong that I broke for a minute. And I said, Chris, I can't do it anymore. I can't be the girl that never has a date to prom. I can't do it anymore. I can't even look at myself in the mirror anymore. I don't even like me, much less anyone else liking me. He said, okay. He said, look at me. And so I did what my parents always told me to do. I looked him right in the eyes. And very strongly he said to me, no, Stephanie, look at me. And he took my face and he pushed it so that I could see his legs and his arms and his neck. He said, you see that? I said, do you really see that, Stephanie? I said, yeah, I see it. He said, God made that. From my creation, I was made to look like this. He said, I don't want to hear you ever again say that. What you are and who you are is what God needed you to be. I need you to let go of that. I need you to let go of whatever image thing it is. Whether it be I'm too skinny, I don't look like my sister, I'm not as pretty as my friends. Get out of your own brain. To say what Bob said, it's not really about you. And guess what? You're not supposed to look like everyone else. You're not. You're supposed to look like you. Ginger and all. Beautiful. That's what you're supposed to be. You're created distinctly and for a reason to look like you. Do you get it? I'm going to pull you back to your first partner, so don't move yet, but remember who that person was. You got it? Think about it. And then I'm going to ask Angelique to come up. This is Angelique, God. She's going to come. Where's she coming? She's coming. Look, here she comes. Round of applause for her. She's got a beautiful, beautiful voice. And Angelique's going to play some music to help us pray. So the first thing I want you to do is find your first partner, be comfortable, and sit in front of her. Go. You can sit on chairs or on the ground. Either way is fine with me. I'll know you're ready when you're quiet. I'll know you're ready when you're quiet. This may be uncomfortable, but I'm from the South and I hug and touch everyone. That's just who I am. But I want you to face the person you're in front of, and I'd like you to grab her hands. Shh. You don't have to talk to grab hands, guys. If you are the person in your group, in your twosome, that is closest to this wall or to this front, I want you to be the first person to do what I'm fixing to say. If you're closest to there, you don't have to talk about it. I'd like for you to think of one word. Just one. So there should be some talking, but it should be very minimal. Don't say the word and then qualify the word. No. Just say the word. Don't need to explain it to me. I'd like for you to say one word. And then after that person says that word, that woman says that word, I want you to simply both close your eyes and we're going to pray. Ready? Go. One word. Say one word that I'm sorry, I didn't tell you why the word was from. So, Angelique, you're messing me up. No, I'm just kidding. The one word should be one thing that you're struggling with your image, okay? One thing that you're struggling with your image. Makes more sense now, doesn't it? Yeah. Ready? Shh. I'm going to go back. One word. Once you say it and close your eyes, I'll know you're ready. Close your eyes. The person in front of you may have never, close your eyes, had someone pray for them, ever. Someone who prays just for them. So as Angelique sings this verse, I want you just to sing it. And let it be your prayer, or just say a prayer in your mind.
You were forsaken, and I'm accepted. You were condemned, and I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me, because you died and rose again.
Okay, now the person on the opposite side, one word. One word. Don't explain it, just one word. And then again, close your eyes. And this person, I'll say it again because it's so important, may have never had someone pray for them individually. May have never felt someone's true love for them. Closing your eyes. Sing with a voice that I can hear. Let me hear the women of God.
Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, would die for me? Amazing love, I know joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you.
The second thing, and you can let go of the person's hands. Just make sure you can see me, but don't just try to, I'm trying to go quickly here. The second thing that the woman at the well, Mary, does that Jesus notices is that she has many husbands. She has many husbands. If I could sit with every single one of you and explain the importance of this, I would. Never in my life did I expect to meet my husband. Never. I didn't deserve him. I didn't merit him. And I wasn't a good enough woman to meet him. If I could take back every single action that I did or was done to me, I would. I would have never drank any of the water. I'd have looked at every man and said, you've got nothing. Nothing compared to who Michael Davis is. The most beautiful man of God. I know you can't fathom in your head the beauty of the husband that you will find, but I promise you that God has him out there. I know that you can't fathom the fact that God may indeed be calling you to a spousal love in the religious life, but you are lying. There's some people in here lying to themselves, because God is indeed calling women from this group to that kind of love, an unbelievable filling love. One of my students has just took her first vows for an order. I've never seen a woman shine so beautiful, ever. You are not a woman of many husbands. You were created in your very body to have one husband. And every time you give away a part of your body to another husband, to another person, it takes a while to reclaim it. Adults in the room who believe that what I'm saying is true, in witness to that, can you please stand with me? Hear us. Hear us when we say to you, it is not worth it. That's enough women to hear it. We are telling you, we would take back every action that we did to save that for our husband or for our God. I know there's a sister in the back, I see for sure. Very quietly, like tipping toe princesses fairies, find your second person. Good luck. Oh, 10, 9, 8, 7. Have a seat with that woman that girl when you find her. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and this could be our last partner just because we're running out of time a bit. Grab the hands of the person in front of you. And your prayer for them, let me explain what you're praying. You're praying that they will indeed find the courage and the strength to say no because they've already said yes. To say no to every act that makes them less woman, makes them less glorified, less in the image of Christ. Say no to that because you've already said yes. When someone says, here, drink the water, say, I am sorry, but I've already drank the water. It is the living water, and I will never die to this act. I won't. I'd like you to say, Angelique, one word. If you are closest to that wall or to the back, you're first. And the word needs to be a simple word, and literally don't qualify it. And our job is not to judge, even though that's what we do as women, judge for fun. That's not your job. Can I say that again? That's not your job. Your job is to love. Because how the heck are we going to be loved and feel love if we constantly go around breaking each other down? Drives me bananas. No, I don't mean to be funny. Stop. If we can't be for each other, then who can we be for? Right? Person closest to this wall or to the back, one word that expresses what you're letting go of to move toward God. What part of the image of you that you've created for yourself that isn't what you want to be? Let that go. What's the one word? Ready? You're going to say the word, and you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to sing a prayer that I want to hear. I'll say it again. This person may never have had someone pray for them in this way. Ready? Say the word and close your eyes. And sing. Close your eyes.
Amazing love, how can it be that you, my King, would die for me? Amazing love, I know it's true, and it's my joy to honor you. In all I do, I honor you.
I'd like the other woman to then say her word. Keep your eyes closed. Asking for the Holy Spirit to come down and bless us and give us all the courage and the strength that we indeed need. We pray with open hearts and strong voices.
It's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you.
Thank you, Angelique. I really appreciate it. We're going to do one song after I do this part, and then we're going to be done. I'm fixing to push you in this best Stephanie Mama way that I can. I've given you Mary at the well. And so whatever sin and whatever baggage, I'm telling you, go to reconciliation. Go. The name of this talk is More, Made for More. You were made for more than what it is sitting in your heart. Go and start again. Go and build again. And let me give you the second image of Mary. Another Mary. Like my little girl says, Mary the Mother of God? Yeah, Mary the Mother of God. Mary the Mother of God. This is who you were made to be. And there's always a way to start over. And there's always a way to start over. But I'm going to tell you, you really were made for more. And we're going to look at this woman and try to be like her. People always say, I think when I think of Mary, people talk about Mary like, oh, Mary, she's so beautiful and so sweet. This light blue Mary, right? Gentle woman, holy night. Like this, like Mary, right? Mary became pregnant with Jesus at 14 years old, about that age. And when she did, she was not married. And our friends mocked her from afar. Yeah, it was light blue and she said yes. But what I need from you is to say yes. Whether your marriage is to a man, a human man, or to Jesus in a vowed relationship as a religious. But you're saying yes to life. And it's not easy. Waking up in the middle of the night with a child is not easy. Carrying your child when she's really sick to the hospital and worrying, it's not easy. Taking your child who's 9 or 10, which is where I am now, home from school because all of her friends are now calling her fat, ain't for the weak. So don't think it's just light blue, because the saying yes is not just to the baby. The saying yes is to a life. And indeed is what we were created for, to make life, to protect life. And that version of Mary will stand her ground. So stand up, women of God. Stand up. Here's my challenge. Your challenge is to constantly get closer to Jesus Christ, and that's what Mary did. If you can say yes to that version of Mary, the version of Mary that said yes, I want you to take one step forward towards Jesus. One step, take it. The second thing that Mary did was that she was at a wedding feast. And at that wedding feast, Jesus was just hanging out. He got lost, a child, all this kind of stuff. He's just hanging out. A servant approaches him and says, what? We've run out of wine. What is Jesus' response to that? What does that have to do with me, pretty much? What does that have to do with me? And what is Mary's response? Good, very good. Do whatever he tells you. And it's so a Cajun mom in my mind. She doesn't even look at him to say, oh, baby, let me explain to you what you might need to do. No, she says, do whatever he tells you, because he is fixing to transform the world. So being a woman is this, and it's beautiful. Being a woman, who's really athletic and jump up real fast? Jump up. Okay. Being a woman of Mary does this. No, stay right there. Constantly, you go ahead. No, don't go. I'll try to show you something. Like she constantly says, here, see this image, this child. See this. And then when the child gives up, she says, no, you can do this. No, you can do this. That's who Mary was. That's who Mary was, a little bit bolder blue. So if you're doing this, yeah, why are you wearing those stockings for reals, man? I'm just kidding, I like them a lot. But that's what we do, right? This is who we are. Right? No, don't let them look at you. Let them look at me. Hi. That is not the image of Mary. This is the image of Mary. No, do whatever he tells you. You want to join? You want to think about joining the religion? You should. Are you struggling? Let's talk about that. That's what Mary is. I know, I'm doing a pretend dialogue with you. Have a seat. Okay. If you can be that, I call it medium blue Mary, I want you to take a step towards Jesus. Feel the pain. This is the last one, and it's really big. When people always say, oh, Mary was so sweet, I get this immediate image in my head of Mary at the foot of the cross. When others were not there. Others that should have been there were not there. But Mary was. And she didn't watch, and I'm sorry this is violent, her son get shot. Because that would have been easy and quick. Hard all the same, but quick. She watches her baby boy lost his strength, and his body failed him, and he died. As people spit at him and kicked at him and threw at him, that's what she did. And she, are you made for more? Are you made for more? She did not turn her face. Do you know what it means to be a woman of God? A woman of God says yes to life and refuses to step back from it. She will protect it on all causes. No matter what. You are called to go directly to the foot of the cross, and it doesn't matter if they spit at you. It doesn't matter. You were made to stand and watch. And then gather him when he falls. And wrap him like the baby he was. And you have this unbelievable both and in you. This courageous woman who will do anything to protect life. In all forms. To protect her friends, to protect her husband-to-be, by protecting her own body, anything. And you've got this beautiful, gentle side that will love no matter what. Your job is to find the balance. Your job is to get closer and closer to Jesus so he can teach you that. Let's do a closing prayer.